Welcome everybody to the Chronexialogy of the Fate universe. My name is Misty/Chronexia, and if you're brand new to the Chronexialogy videos, let me walk you through the concept quickly. We take a convoluted anime timeline, and we try to sort them out in a way that makes sense, finding in which order the events truly unfolds. So far we did episodes on the Monogatari franchise and the Toaru timeline. You can check both of these out if they pique your interest after this video, but for now let's wind up back to the Fate world, which is technically part of something called the Nasuverse. As usual, I gotta specify we stick only to the anime material available. Diving in the light novel stuff would be a headache impossible to cover in just one video. Now, while there is an order in which it is best considered to watch the show in, compared to Monogatari or Toaru, there isn't an actual straight timeline going from point A to point B. It follows a theory called multiverse. If you're familiar with The Legend of Zelda's official timeline, it's a similar pattern when it comes to the Nasuverse. First and foremost, what is included in the Nasuverse? Beyond the Fate franchise, there is also Shingetsu-tan Tsukihime and all of the Kara no Kyoukai movies, which have a timeline of their own. There is also the Fate Khalid and Carnival Phantasm, but we'll sort everything out in a bit. But let's start with the standard Fate franchise. Like I mentioned at the beginning, Fate doesn't follow the conventional format from A to B. Why is that? That's because the series is based on visual novels, where the player chooses which part of the story they decide to tackle, making every answer good and canon, because essentially they're all alternate paths. The story begins with Fate Zero, which built itself during 13 episodes and carry over in Season 2 of Fate Zero's second season. So far, nothing tricky. But once you're done with Fate Zero, the story diverges in 3 different alternate universes. First one is Fate Stay Night, the very first anime about the Fate franchise that came out back in 2006. The second alternate universe is the Unlimited Blade Works Season 1 and 2. And finally, the third universe is the Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel movie, which isn't even out at the moment. Here's the catch though, all 3 of these versions, although different, are still canon. It doesn't matter which you choose to watch, or if you pick only one of them, they're all good answers. Watching all 3 alternate paths will give you added background infos on certain characters, or give you a better understanding of the big pictures. If you're looking for the most flashy one and the best production value, then I suggest you tackle Fate Zero Season 1 and 2, followed by Fate Stay Unlimited Blade Works Season 1 and 2. Watching the rest will give you a better understanding of the universe. So where does the rest fit in all of this? Well, Tsukihime is probably the simplest to explain. While it is happening during the same time the events do, it is somewhat unrelated. You could watch it at any time and it wouldn't really affect the timeline, as it is similar to starting a new branch. Same thing with Kara no Kyoukai. It's starting a new branch within the same timeline, but for this one it's a bit more complicated. Personally, when it comes to Kara no Kyoukai, what I recommend is to watch the movies in broadcast order, so from 1 to 7 including the epilogue at the end. But that's not how the events unfold. The proper order of chronological events for Kara no Kyoukai is the following. You start with movie 2, then it's movie number 4, movie number 3, the first movie number 5, movie number 6, movie number 7, and finally the epilogue. It's possible to watch them in the chronological order like this, but it would be more confusing since you wouldn't grasp why certain events unfold the way they do. So again, I must stress the broadcast order is the way to go on these movies. But hey, it's your call truly. And that leads us to cover the Fate Khalid. As opposed to Tsukihime and Kara no Kyoukai, Fate Khalid is a parallel universe that's canon and not at the same time. We know Khalid happens after Fate Zero, since in Fate Zero, Ilya, the main girl, is 8-year-old, and in Fate Khalid, she's 10. So it happens on a 4th branch of the 3 original ones I mentioned earlier. You have Prisma Ilya 2-way, Prisma Ilya 2-way hers, Prisma Ilya 3-ray, and the movie that's coming out eventually. You'll have to pardon my German, I'm terrible at it. So where does that leave Carnival Phantasm at? Well, nowhere truly. It's pretty much fillers. Well, then again, fillers nowadays have such a negative connotation. It's an anthology, a compilation. and all-out parody of the universe if you must. While you can watch it from the get-go, I'd recommend keeping it for last so you can enjoy its full effect. Did I lose you somewhere in there? It's very possible I wasn't clear enough, so I'm gonna try to dumb it down and give you a simpler linear path to follow. You don't have to, but if you want to enjoy the Nasuverse to its fullest extent, this is the order I would recommend you to start in. You should begin with Fate Zero, Season 1 and 2. Follow that by Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works Season 1 and 2. Optionally, then carry on with Fate Stay Night 2006 while you wait for the Evansville movie to be released. Next, you'll want to carry over to Tsukihime, not a crowd favorite, but still an interesting adaptation, followed by the broadcast order of Kara no Kyoukai, movie 1 through 7, and ending with the epilogue. Next up, you'll want to pick up Fate Khalid Prisma Ilya, then 2-Way, 2-Way Hers, 3-Ray, and the movie. Here it's pretty linear. And once you're all done, wrap it up with Carnival Phantasm. Boom, you got everything. If you want to dive in more, there's the novel. Good luck with those. I hope this episode of Chronexialogy about the Nasuverse was mighty helpful. If it was, can you give me a thumbs up? It was pretty hardcore to get the research down and hopefully get everything right. I think I got it all accurately enough. If you'd like to check out more Chronexialogy, check out the end card where we did the Monogatari one and the Toaru timeline. If you want more in the future, please tell me about which universe timeline you'd like me to sort. I know some are pretty confusing to try and understand, but maybe I'll be able to help out with that. Don't forget to subscrizzle if you enjoyed my company, and I will see you guys next timeline.
Rewind, I'll find another way back here.